worrying or thinking about the future because that just brings on anxiety.
Sure.
So I that's like been something that I've been doing a lot lately is just trying to stay present. Not have to just, oh my God, what's gonna happen? Because that doesn't help.
So with that in mind, obviously with fighting Paddy at the weekend, co-main, Vegas, all that kind of stuff. Do you change how you approach a fight because you are fighting a guy that is destined to be a superstar? They maybe want him to be a superstar. They push him a lot. He's very loud. He's very popular. That kind of thing. Does that change how you approach a fight when you're fighting someone that you know where the crowd's going to be bouncing and jumping? Do you block it out? Do you focus, or do you actually embrace the fact and go, "Hey, I've come a long way. Look at where I am. I'm fighting in the co-main event. I'm one of the greatest fighters on the planet, and here this is my opportunity to show my skills."
Yeah, outside of the cage, I embrace it.
Yeah.
Inside the cage, it's just another fight, just another guy. I've fought guys that I believe are better than him, on multiple occasions. So, and it's just, why should I put him on a pedestal?
Yeah.
As far as
I get it.
him as a fighter,
Mm.
it's just another guy that's in my way, and it's not. I can't make it bigger than it has to be,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it.
I saw the video of, I don't know where it was. You went into a room, he was in a room, a bunch of people were in the room. I've covered the UFC since #1. So I've been around a long time. And originally it was about sportsmanship. It was about competition. And it's tended to change over the past couple of years. And I want to thank you for the video. It showed sportsmanship, whether you like the guy or not, or, it's your job. Competition is on Saturday. So I liked watching it.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, Paddy's up here, so you can't go into the," and I'm like, "Dude, I want to see the guy. Like, what do you mean?" So I walked, I was like, kind of snuck around the security, and I went in there, and I was like, "Paddy, what's up?" And like, he was sitting down and eating some grapes, and he was like, I think I caught him off guard a little bit. I don't think he was expecting me to barge in the room like that. But
Mm-hmm.
what's the difference?
Yeah.
We're gonna fight Saturday. We're gonna face off. We're gonna see each other multiple times throughout the week. And we've had like some really good back and forth before, anyways. Like on Twitter and stuff, we were super respectful to each other. So who cares? We're gonna be trying to punch each other in the face on Saturday. I might as well give you a pound right now, right? So what's the difference?
No, I like I said, I enjoyed it because that's what it was. That's what this is supposed to be.
Right.
It doesn't need to be the WWE stuff and the shenanigans
No.
and the stuff which I don't really like.
Yeah, and the thing is funny enough, we were just talking just before you came on. You understand this is the entertainment business. We're all in the entertainment business, probably above the fighting business, because the more entertaining you are, the more sponsors, the more money, the more pay-per-views, blah, 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 blah. However, this is a huge step up in class for Paddy Pimblett. We believe it's a huge step up in class. And I'm a fan of his, but my real issue with him is he has that, I'll take one to give one. And the higher you go in this business, the more dangerous that becomes. How do you see the fight playing out on Saturday night?
I think it's going to be the first couple minutes action-packed.
Yeah.
Not necessarily back and forth, but a lot of like, dynamic movements and, a fast pace. And then I'm going to break him. He's in the deep end of the pool. There's no, he can't put his feet down and reach the bottom.
Yeah.
So.
How do you see that? How do you feel that? How do you know when that is? Because, fighters talk about it all the time. I felt. How do you do that?
Sometimes I just have to get my way in there. It might not be there as soon as the bell rings. But once I figure out some, his timing and the distance, I creep my way in there, and it's just a suffocating feeling, And I can't really explain it because I've never really felt it, but I am a pressure fighter, and I will come forward on you no matter what. And I'm going to be in his face, in his chest, and on the inside is where I do my best work. And then obviously with the wrestling, when I end up on top of him, it's going to be a long, long night for him.
What has changed from your first professional fight to the last one, since you haven't fought on this Saturday yet? And do you still like it and love it as much as you did then?
I believe that I love it more now. I'm the best fighter I've ever been. I'm healthier and stronger and more emotionally and spiritually fit, you know. I didn't believe in God then, now I do, so I have a lot more that backs me up, you know. That's like the almighty power is God, so, you know, and I feel like I know this has been my best stride, you know, and look where I am right now, so, you know, in this sport, all it takes is one fight.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're a superstar overnight, or you get put into another really good spot or a good place. And I mean, you know, I said it earlier, is the best example is Till and Masvidal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Right.
The guy was on a 2-fight losing streak, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He was put in the main event. I'm sure people were like, "Why is this guy in the main event right now against Till?" And then look what happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know, superstar.
Yeah, and if listen, if the result goes your way on Saturday, that's exactly where you'll be.
I know,
because
that's what will happen Saturday night.
You know, can I ask you something? Are you must be. I'm trying to word this the correct way. You must be very, very proud of where you are right now. And the reason I say that is, for anyone that doesn't know your backstory, we won't go into that. But you've had it. You've had a life. You've lived 10 lives already, you know, and to get where you are now, I implore people, go and look up the stories and how the earlier part of your life went to where you are now, co-maining against a superstar, to become a superstar yourself, and all of the things. You must be exceptionally. Do you ever allow yourself to go, I'm really proud of what I've achieved from where I've come from to where you are now?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Obviously, but I'm more grateful and I am proud of myself, and I give all the thanks to God. You know, if you saw me 7 years ago, at this time 7 years ago, you know, I couldn't wear short sleeve shirts.
Yeah.
You know, I had track marks down my arms.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I couldn't keep a needle out of my arm.
Yeah.
You know, and now look where I am. So, you know, and I didn't do that on my own. I needed to hand my will over to God to restore me to sanity.
Yeah.
And not only did He make me whole again, as you know, not addicted and struggling like that, but He brought me to where I am now. And yeah, you know, I had to put in work. Faith without works is dead, right? I had to put in the work. You're not just gonna magically appear in the co-main event of the UFC event. So, but you know, those gifts and talents and abilities and the health that I got back was given to me from God. So,
do you collect memorabilia? You know, fans get autographs, collect memorabilia. Do you collect anything?
I have some stuff. Yeah, I do.
If you could get one thing, anything at all, what would be that one holy grail?
I was just looking at something recently, but I can't even forget what it was. Man,
we can come back.
We have my wife's father, who passed away, was a big martial artist. He owned a dojo. And he did many other things as well. But he had like an original Ken Shamrock, Hoist Gracie UFC poster that he had framed, and he had it hanging in his gym. And then he passed away, so I guess they took it off the wall, and she gave it to me. And it's awesome, man. And you know, Flash Gordon is my, moniker. So I have a bunch of I have a record signed by Freddie Mercury and the rest of
amazing.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I love stuff like that, man.
Well, I always ask my guests, because we know a lot of people and a lot of things, and there's been numerous times that I've been able to come through and get. But I asked an NFL player, I do a lot with the Bucs, and Leonard kept saying, I don't collect anything. I'm like, no, come on, Leonard, play the game. If there's anything, and he thought for a minute, and he goes, Jesus Christ sandals.
Wow, that's a good one.
And I'm like, that's a great one. I can't get that for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to get you something, but
It's not on eBay, no.
Yeah, you definitely don't see that. But I was just curious, again, being in the sport. Ken's a friend of mine. I was just with Hoist 2 weeks ago, because he now just moved to Sarasota. So
that's funny.
When I hear these things, I'm always trying to pick up stuff for great guests that we have on the show.
Cool, man. That's awesome. Thank you.
What finally, what can the fans expect when they either tune in or if they're in Las Vegas and they're at T-Mobile on Saturday?
I'm going to show the world just how good I am, and I don't mean to like sound so like corny and cliche, but that there is, levels to this game, and I am Paddy's real, UFC debut. Welcome to the UFC.
Do you
And be careful what you wish for, because he called me out first. So here it is.
do you believe that fans don't know that about you? And I'm not trying to, I've gotten to know you. You've been on the program numerous times. Do you think fans don't know that you're there?
I think some of them don't. Hardcore fans, I believe, know how good I am. My teammates, they're like, they always tell me you're so underrated. You're so underrated. But I just, this is my 12th UFC fight, and I've had some good performances, but I haven't had that like breakout fight yet.
Yeah.
For some reason. But it's funny, man, because when I first moved to Sanford, now Killcliff, I was talking to Henry Hooft, and I was like, man, I gotta knock someone out. He was like, in his Dutch voice, Jared, we are building something. Get addicted to winning first, and then you will start knocking guys out. And I'm like, whatever, Henry. But I believe he was right, man. I moved down there, and my career changed, and here I am, and this is the breakout fight.
Do you fish? Are you a fisherman?
I have fished saltwater and freshwater.
Well, what we want to do, since you are in South Florida, basically, we're in Central Florida.
Okay,
I want to get you over to the Tampa Bay area.
let's go.
We have 3 different captains. So whether you want to go deep sea,
No
whether you want to
way.
go bow fishing, if you want to fish the lakes at Walt Disney World,
Man, I love bass fishing.
we will set that all up for you. Bow fish, whatever, we will take care of
Bass
that.
fishing. See, deep sea. I went spearfishing recently with my cousin's husband, and it was me and my brother, and the boat was rocking. And for like 4 hours, I was like, I'm in the ocean. I got a spear in my. It was deep sea fishing gets me. I got to wear what the Dramamine,
Yeah.
so you don't get nauseous. But man, bass fishing, little jig, little worm.
We'll set it all up, and I'll even up it a little. You come to Tampa. My producer has a limo. The limo will take you around. The limo will be
No way.
at your beck and call.
Oh, cool.
And we'll set
awesome.
it all up. Take care of business on Saturday.
I will.
And then we will talk after. We're going to get your address again. We're going to send you another care package from 8 Man Strong, as well as a new sponsor we picked up, Blue Smoke Salsa. Best salsa you've
No
ever had.
way. We love salsa.
We will hook you up with that as well.
Awesome.
Appreciate your time, Jared.
Thank you.
Let's
guys.
go hit a quick break. Coming to you live from the UFC Apex. This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong and Staff Zone.